I'm Dr. B, and yes, I'm a real ER doctor, so you may be wondering, what am I doing here in this space? Well, after years of pain from sports injuries, I listened to my doctor and had to pivot into a career that would keep me off my feet as much as possible. I also have a degree in finance, and so it was a natural transition to join Verified Investing. I'll share my prescription for becoming a successful investor right here on the Market Pulse.
Welcome to the Market Pulse. I'm Dr. B at Verified Investing. Today we're going to be talking about something very interesting, something I've been keeping my eye on recently. It's called volume distribution and capitulation. So we're going to move over to the charts and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so volume distribution and capitulation, I'll show you what I mean, but for this episode you'll have to go back to my first episode, the Market Pulse, called the WOFF market cycle. We had a special guest, Jim Wyckoff, on that episode, and really it's very important to understand this cycle, right? So you have this cycle that repeats over and over and over again, okay? The first area here is called the accumulation phase, okay? The second cycle is called the markup phase, okay? Markup, all right? The third phase is called distribution. And excuse my handwriting, I'm not the best penman. So the fourth area is called the markdown phase, okay? And this is where you get capitulation. You get people capitulating here at the bottom, okay? Essentially smart money accumulating shares, retail investors capitulating here, accumulation happening, and then markup, distribution, markdown all over again. And then in the same fashion, at the tops, you have smart money exiting or distributing their shares here to oftentimes novice investors, retail investors. And again, I was there at one point until I started to learn these things, started to educate myself, okay? But this is distribution, this is capitulation here during the accumulation phase, and it's really, really important to understand that. So we're going to be talking about, I'm going to jump right into the charts here and show you, for a chart from today, all right, where we saw volume capitulation. This is ZIM, okay, this is on the New York Stock Exchange. This is the 1 minute chart, and you can see that there was a gap fill right here, right around $19. It was forming a falling wedge. And these are things I talk about in the 1 minute scalpel course. You can go to the website and check that out. But check this out. The highest volume of the day, and really the highest volume for quite a while on Zim, okay? And right here, we broke out, we retraced the scene of the crime right here. This is where the volume came in. Even though it's red, it's just because the candle closed red here, okay? Let me just show you here. Whatever color the candle closes is what color the volume bar is. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's bearish, okay? It put in the lows of the day here, or at least at this point in the day, and you had this huge volume spike. I bought right here at $18.99 in the Apex day trading room, and we sold right around here. A couple reasons I did that. I saw the falling wedge, I saw the gap fill, which was my support. I saw the breakout, I was patient. I waited for the retrace, and then when I saw this volume capitulation, I knew that this was likely the time that I was going to get a move to the upside, and that's what allowed me to hold higher here. I think we sold around 19.23. Okay, so we took a nice gain on Zim this morning, but volume really, really helped me on this trade today. All right, so I just wanted to show you that, and we're going to talk about Bitcoin. This is a trade that I saw. This is an opportunity I saw, but I didn't enter. So this is, again, the 1 minute chart here on Binance, the 10 minute chart on the right side. This is kind of how I have my chart set up. This is a 1 minute bottoming tail right here. Look at all of the volume right here on the chart compared to the previous volume. Do you see how low it is? And then all of a sudden you get a spike. this was your volume capitulation right here, right at the lows, and that told me this was likely going to move higher. I had an order set right here at the 50% retrace of this 1 minute bottoming tail. It didn't retrace, so I didn't enter. Okay? So I just want to show you how important volume is. Volume really tells you where the big buyers and sellers are in the market. You can see here, even on the 10-minute chart, look at all this volume. Very, very important to understand. You can even see it here. All right, I think this is about 5 a.m. You can see this volume spike right here, which was just about 1 or 2 bars before the highs, and then you see this big reversal down. Here's your big volume spike, which marked the lows. So very, very interesting to see this. And you can see that I've put several examples here today to show you. Again, these are charts I pulled up just an hour ago, real live charts on TradingView. This is Tesla's chart right here. You can see that Tesla's had a big run, all this volume pushing Tesla up. You can see this was kind of a fake out here. You had this big volume bar right here, a breakdown, but Tesla was so strong it continued higher. I was trading this, I think this chart is from last week, all right, and you can see this may have been Friday, Thursday or Friday, but look at this big volume spike right here. This is the 3rd highest volume in recent days. Look at this. Here's the volume spike right here, and it essentially marked the highs for that day, and we came all the way down into that area. So this is something that I'm watching every single day when I'm trading. It allows me to stay in trades longer. It allows me to be more precise with my add levels and my entry levels. Okay, so I wanted to zoom in to this chart. This is AMD, the 1 minute chart here, and I wanted to zoom in so that you could see the volume bars that I'm talking about. So it's very important to understand that after an extended move here, you see this volume bar spike, and there's your pullback, okay? And here you go. You have a volume bar spike here, but this is somewhat of a fake out here. The buying pressure is just too much, and the price keeps going up. And then you have your second volume spike right here, okay? And this marks essentially the highs of this down leg. You have another up leg here. And again, this volume spike right here is somewhat of a fake out, okay? There's too much buying pressure. It pushes the price right above this pivot high right here, and then you move higher, and finally the buyers get exhausted. You have a big volume spike here, and then here's your next move to the downside. So very important to understand and zoom in and be very detailed with this and understand that when you have big spikes like this, you really should be paying attention. You should be looking for add levels. You should be looking to enter trades, exit trades, improve your average by adding. So all of these possibilities are there for you if you get really good at understanding and interpreting and acting on volume. All right, so we're taking a look at the Tesla chart here. This is actually the daily chart. So a lot of the examples that I gave before were on the 1 minute, 10-minute chart. I wanted to show you how this can work on all time frames, okay? Now, it's not quite as precise on the daily or the weekly charts, but you can see here that the average trading volume was around here on Tesla. Look at how the price comes down, and all of a sudden the volume picks up. This is the volume capitulation at the lows of the charts, right down here around $100 at the end of 2022, early 2023. And you can see here that the volume picks up. This marks the lows of the charts. You have an amazing run, 100% run on Tesla on the daily. You can use this for swing trading. It's really incredible. So you do have Tesla over here down around 140. Same exact thing, volume capitulation at the lows. Again, here's kind of the average volume on Tesla. And look at this, boom, there's your spike in volume, marking the lows right in here. And again, you do have a spike right in this area too. Pull up the chart, check out TradingView, go back and look at this, and you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, so here's your volume capitulation at the lows of the charts. Okay, now this is something where you can use, again, from the 1 minute time frame all the way to, say, the weekly or monthly time frame, and it's going to give you an idea when there's a lot of shares that are being traded. That tends to be the area where there's a big pivot point in the chart. So I hope this was helpful, and that is volume distribution and capitulation at its finest. So I hope you enjoyed that. This is something that I use every single day. I'm putting this together with all of my wedge patterns, my 1 minute scalpel methodology, and I'm using this on multiple time frames throughout the day, and I'm looking for volume spikes for places to enter, to add, and then also to exit, telling me that, hey, there's likely a pivot here. If I'm long a stock and there's a big volume spike, that tells me that a reversal is likely coming. So very important to look at this, study this, and really observe it for yourself. Go to the charts, look at this before you start to trade, look at this and realize how important it is for your trading. So I hope you enjoyed this. Look at the links below. The 1 minute scalpel is on our website. You can take that. I talk about volume spikes before big moves. There's a lot of great things on the website, a lot of different services we offer to help you understand what we see in the markets. So I hope you enjoyed it. See you next week. Take care.